Hey there, I thought I'd make a quick video to give you the little rundown on how to use the points. So normally we recommend that you treat the training actions and the module rewards separately. So here's what I mean. You can see here in this program that we have, there's 6 modules, and inside each module there are a handful of trainings. Some have more trainings than others. So if you go to one training here, you can see that we have 2 actions underneath, or 2 actions in this training. The first one has 1 XP and the second one has 2 XP. And we recommend that you always use these specific 2 actions underneath the training. And the reason why is that the first one is always the summary of what they just learned. Okay, so it's like, this is what you should have just learned, and you can basically summarize what was in the training, and then you can call that, if you want to call it watched it or completed or something like that. We call ours the big picture because it's like, what's the big picture here? And then we recommend you give it 1 point because that's just watching the training. It's not actually implementing. So we want to give it just 1 point, and you want to give it a past tense label. So watched video, did it, done it, something like that. So they're not going to check it off before they've done it. Okay. So once they indicate that they've watched the video, then it's 1 point they get. And the second action we always recommend that you put underneath each training is the action step. What's the implementation item that is attached to this training? Because as we know, learning is pointless without actually putting it into action. And it's the action that's where the value is for your student. If you don't ask them to actually implement it, to put it into action, then it's not really worth their time to go through the course, because they'll really get not much out of it because they haven't actually done the work or done the activity that you want them to do and learn from it. So this is why the second action here we always recommend is the implementation step, and we call ours your next win because we want to make these actions seem like wins to them. So we call ours your next win. You can call yours whatever you want. And we always we always have 2 points for this action because we want to incentivize and prioritize them to take action. So we give them double the points of the previous action. So 2 points. This is what we always do for every single one of our trainings. 2 actions underneath, 1 point for the watching, consumption, and 2 points for the actual implementation, the action steps. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. 2 points for that. That's going to add up for every training into whatever the amount of points that it'll add up into the amount of points that you have available in a training. And the other thing that you can do is if you go to the module itself, you can award some bonus points for when they've completed the module. So this is useful if you have challenging modules, or if you just want to, somehow give them a bonus point. Some bonus points just for completing the entire module. And you can also attach a celebration to that if you wish. We have that celebration down here, which is you can set up a celebration to trigger once they have completed one of the modules. You can actually just choose which module you want to run a celebration for, and that will pop up, give them the bonus points, and then show the celebration. Okay, so it's a really nice experience once they've completed the module. But it's completely optional whether you give each module or any module any of these bonus points, and they are completely separate to the training points. Okay, so they add to the total once the module has been completed. They don't actually appear on the total available points until the module has been completed, until the last action in the last training has been done. Okay, I hope that makes sense, and I hope that clarifies the function of the module reward points and the function of the points inside each training, and the function of the actions here that we have. You can have as many actions as you want under a training. You can have none, you can have 1 or 20, but we recommend 2. For the reasons that I've already shared in this video. And we've found that doing it exactly this way has really, really increased our student engagement. People really love taking action after each training. We keep our trainings to be, hopefully less than 15 minutes, definitely less than 20 minutes. And we want them to be able to check something off as often as possible. And the more you can allow them to get into, or get onto a roll, or get into momentum of watching, checking off, cha-ching, cha-ching, watching, checking off, cha-ching, cha-ching, the more they will start to build that unstoppable momentum, is what we call it. That's the feeling of unstoppable progress, that nothing can really distract or derail you from actually getting to the end of the course and actually and getting huge results. That's the effect we want to have on your students, just to get them into that rolling momentum. Okay, so that's the explanation behind why we set things up like this, and I hope it helps you find clarity about how to set things up. If you have any questions, just let us know.